Well, joining us again, our financial coaches, Mike Crofts and Jennifer Pauls from the Money Coach Mike team. Welcome back, guys. Great to have you here.
Great to be back.
Yes. I know saving and spending. This is a big topic, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, but first, before we get there, Mike, tell a little bit of your story and what led you to start this financial coaching business.
Remember 2008, 2009?
Yeah, I do, actually. Something bad happened, right?
Something bad happened. I was newly married, and all, what was going on with the market, all that stuff was happening here. We were about $80,000 in debt. Racked that up really fast.
Wow.
Not even sure how I got there. Just woke up one day and was like, I'm $80,000 in debt.
Wow.
And
What, is it student debt? Was it
car loan, couple
loans?
student loans,
Yeah.
bunch of, bank, hey, we got some money for you, want it?
Oh,
Bunch of that
dear.
stuff.
Oh, wow.
Right?
You made all the mistakes.
Oh, yeah, it was great. Look back, it's great now learning from it. But back then, you're just like, how did I get here?
Yeah.
How do I get out?
Yeah.
Right? And so we started seeking and searching ways to find out, and had a friend that was way ahead of me in life that started to kind of guide me and say, hey, $80,000 at your age is a lot of money to be in debt. And so started to walk out. And what I realized during that time, it wasn't that we didn't make enough money.
Right.
We made more than enough money. I had bad habits and behaviors that I had developed or learned or whatever, I had limiting beliefs around money. And I had all those self-sabotaging emotions, stressed out, overwhelmed, maybe a bit of shame, a bit of guilt. Yeah. And so I started to work on those.
Interesting.
And then manage the money as well. And as a combination, it took me about 24 months to knock off the debt. And then once we knocked off the debt, it was like, okay, how do I not fall back?
Right.
That's where the emergency fund came in.
Yeah.
That's a little bit what we're talking about today.
Okay, emergency fund coming up.
Had the emergency fund because life still happened. Car still broke, roof still leaked, the AC needed to be repaired in the summertime, and the heater broke in the winter. All life happened, right?
Yeah.
And so it was getting out of debt, the emergency fund that kept us from falling back.
Very good.
And shortly after that is when people started saying, well, what are you doing differently?
Yeah.
Why is it working for you? And,
that was the beginning.
That was the beginning. That was a little seed that got planted. And
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it how you both really are doing what you're doing because you've been there, done that. So you actually care about what people are going through. What do you see as the most common struggle regarding saving and spending then? You said you had some bad habits. Probably we all do. Yeah. What do you see as the most common problem, Jen?
A lot of people don't make saving a priority. And that becomes a big problem when it's live, pay the bills, save what's left. There's not often anything actually left, right? Where if we put it to the top of that cash flow plan up there with giving, saving, and then living off the rest and spending, that's when you find room because you made room for saving.
Right. Yeah. Oh, that's golden. Right? So you put it at the top of the priority list.
Yes.
Giving, saving, and then you live off what you have left. Well, that just helps you right there, right? Where can people start saving, especially when they have, like you said, you've got all this debt and you've got these bills to pay? Like, where do you begin?
That's a great question. One of the, I won't say the easiest, but one of the first things you could probably look at is what you're paying for everyday things like car insurance.
Car insurance.
And shop that annually. What we have found is that when it comes to things like car insurance, home insurance, it would even be in that, is they give you the deals on the front end.
Right.
But the longer you stay with generally speaking, the longer you stay with the company, you're not getting the deal.
Interesting. I'm going home right away to check it.
Yeah. So do your search. Shop car insurance annually is one way that we saved. I think last year, a couple $100. They actually wrote me a check. They gave me a check back.
Nice.
Yeah, that was cool. Wow. That was cool. First I ever got a check from a car insurance company for having a great record and all that stuff. But that's one way we find people can save a lot of money. We've got clients that have saved a couple $1,000.
Wow.
A year.
Yes.
We've got others that do a couple $100 a year. Either way, it's money in your pocket.
Right. Just got to do a little bit of the work, though, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. And you got to know where you're at, have a reality check in order to maybe decide you got to take that next step. You needed a reality check. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thanks for sharing your story, Mike.
Absolutely.
Because I think for many people, you just don't know how you got there.
Yeah.
Right?
They shouldn't have just arrived.
It didn't just, it didn't just happen. But we're talking about finding ways to cut back on spending. So Jen, help us with this. How do you cut back on your spending, or how do you determine where you can cut back on spending?
A lot of the categories where people will overspend are in their lifestyle category, right? Like food, clothes, dollar store, right? And so by making some changes of habits there or switching brands even, going from name brand to generic, you could end up saving 10 to 20% off your grocery bill alone.
Yeah.
Just by switching and buying the no-name pasta sauce or the no-name noodles. And it's a big difference in the long haul when you look at it stretched out over the year, right?
Yeah.
Well, we did that on the challenge.
Yeah, we did.
Every time we do our challenge,
you buy a meal.
I say, group, I'm going to go cook a meal, and I'll buy the generic brand, I'll buy the name brand or whatever.
Yeah.
You tell me what meal we're going to cook. And every time it's been 20, 30% difference in the two.
In the ingredients, just by going no name brand.
Yes.
You know what? I think it's true. And depending on what grocery store you shop at too, right?
True.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What do you think of the specialized grocery stores with all the fancy pre-prepared foods?
It's costing a lot more.
Right.
You're doing it yourself. So convenience versus, it just depends on what your priority is in life and where you're
Right. So you pay for convenience is what I'm
absolutely.
hearing here. You know, as you work with people, the 5-day Find More Money Challenge, which I love, we just keep talking about this. As they go back, tell me just a story of someone maybe that you've worked with that this just, all of a sudden they had all these areas but they found extra money, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's Takila. I mean,
Yeah.
She's a great success story. Walking through the steps, you know, shopping insurance.
Yeah.
Switching name brands.
Yeah.
You know, doing the cash flow plan. All helped her start to, she was $250,000 in debt.
250,000. How old was she?
In her 30s.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Wow.
a lot of debt. So she walked there, and it took time. Let's just emphasize, it took her about 2.5, almost 3 years to pay it off here. But what's cool about her story and coming through and doing the challenge and going through all that is she just posted about 2 or 3 months ago, she bought her dream car.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, through saving and just all the stuff that we talk about day in and day out, cash flow plan every month, and you know, don't overspend here and manage what's going on and shop here and let's try this and a little bit of money.
$250,000 of debt she paid off, and her goal was the dream car?
And she got it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the BMW.
Does it help to have a goal? Like when you feel overwhelmed, does it help to have that, or is that like, don't dream yet?
Oh, no, put it like front and center.
Okay.
Right? Put that goal up there, pray it, give it to God and be like, this is where I'm going, God, help me to implement the steps and the plan to get there. And then you have something motivating to work toward.
I love that. And you know, one thing I've learned from people who have worked with you guys is you actually believe in fun money.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not all misery to get financially free. What's fun money? What do you mean?
Well, fun money is money to do whatever you want with.
Okay.
Right? I really believe when we work with people, it's not all beans and rice. I mean, hey, that's a strategy and that can work, but we like to have fun. We want people to have fun on the journey.
Yeah.
Right.
And so we tell people to plan their fun.
I like that.
But within boundaries, obviously.
Yes. So it's not about beans and rice, not always about the no-name brand. Maybe your fun money is a dinner out, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Actually, we usually tell people when you do your cash flow plan every month, order in, get some food, some takeout or whatever.
Okay.
Like let's have fun and do it.
Yeah. No, I think that's so good. This training course that you do, this 5-day money challenge, tell us more about that, how people can sign up, how can they be a part of it?
Yeah, so it's 5 days where Coach Jen and I, we hop on, and Coach Neil's on there as well.
So you're on, where do they find you?
Zoom.
On Zoom?
We're on
okay,
Zoom,
people
so
sign up.
Sign up, So moneycoachmike.com/find-more money.
Okay.
All the details are there, but we hop live for 5 days, and we show you, like today, different areas each day to find more money in.
And how many people do you get participating in this?
We've ran about 3 or 4 challenges now. We've had 40, 50, 100. Just every challenge is a bit different, but
And how many people, the success rate, as you see people over time going through, what is your estimated success rate?
Well, what we did last year, 2.4 million.
Oh, yeah.
Last 24.
2.4 million.
Of debt paid off.
Yeah.
Wow.
So pretty successful.
That must feel really good for you guys.
It's great because, I mean, obviously, we're helping people accomplish a goal, but for them, freedom again.
Yeah, the freedom.
freed up money, and they're not worried, they're not stressed out, all of that, right?
So good. Well, man, saving at the top. Did you catch that? Right away, right? Giving, saving, live off the
living.
rest, find more money, really practical ways. We have resources too for you. We have 3 free resources we're going to give away: Financial Success, a guide to personal finances, and a guide to financial freedom.